How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. I've been suggested to look at Tara and Bella out on a little trail ride. Somebody said that Bella appears to be a little bit more calm on just a regular walking trail ride. So we're going to take a look at this video. There's another video that will be coming up soon about Bella bucking and how Tara deals with that. So using this video under Fair Use Act for education, criticism, giving my point of view, trying to point out things from the horse's point of view, things I might see. I'm not saying anybody has to be perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect by any means. I'm just trying to point out, the horse doesn't care that you're perfect. They don't care what you try. They care what you do. So we're going to see how little Miss Bella does here on this little trail ride, and enjoy.
Oh, come on, Bella. It's just a piece of sand and gravel. You've seen them before.
I don't think she was reacting to the sand and gravel. There could have been a bird that flew through there. It could be the change in the light as we see there's shadows with the trees. The sun pops out from behind the tree. That can be very blinding and annoying for one. A lot of flashing of the light. I know that because I drive, and nowadays in the Pacific Northwest, the sun goes down at like 4:30. So when you're just driving anywhere, the sunset is like right in your eyes, and it can be annoying, can be disorienting. So horses have very sensitive eyes, so the light going in and out of that, the shadows, the shading, it takes a long time for their eyes to adjust to that. So that could be what spooked her, or could have been the bird. I don't think it's the sand or the gravel that spooked her.
I know it's a bit bigger than normal and it's a bit whiter, but you've seen them all before, Bella, haven't you?
But it doesn't matter if she's seen them all before. She hasn't seen this one, or she hasn't seen this creature. If it's a bird, she hasn't seen this bird flying at her face or flying out over here. So, just understanding the horse.
So 5 to 12, and it's kept sunny. It was supposed to be raining by now, so I'm lucky to be able to get Bella out.
So her ears are forward. She seems very.
Let's get Polo ridden, but.
So she's looking ahead of her. She's very aware of her surroundings.
To ride the two, so that's good.
Not really listening to Tara, which Tara's not talking to her, but that could. She may be ignoring her because Tara talks a lot.
To work. Of course, he's got no shoes on at the moment.
Like while she's riding her.
The farrier is due in a few weeks, but at the moment he's.
So right now she seems pretty comfortable.
He seems to be coping.
She does seem
calm.
calm.
Very much so. I think we're all right.
She's just looking over here. Okay, so she got spooked by something. So what caused that spook? Let's go back. She was walking. She sees something here. Did Tara... We don't know what's going on behind the screen, or behind the scenes, kind of. Is Tara squeezing her or kicking her and trying to get her to move forward? And while Bella is looking at this or what's in here, there's a little trail. There could be a smell. There could be anything going on. So she's looking over here. And Tara is kind of just talking about something. She's not paying attention to what the horse is looking at. And then she just stops. So I don't know if Tara, pulled the reins, or if Tara squeezed, or even if she's just sitting there, but something caused Bella to...
Whoa. Yes, Bella, it's all right. It's just sand. Come on.
It's not just sand. It's not the sand that's bothering her. I think it's probably something else, around there, or the sand could be reflective or something. I don't know, but people act like, oh, it's just this, it's just that. The horse doesn't know that way, and they don't think that way. The horse doesn't know that that's just whatever, and a lot of times it's not what we think it is. There could be, there's a little hole here where maybe an animal goes through. It's a little pathway for a lot of animals, or there's this big path here. So I don't think Tara necessarily squeezed to get it forward, but what she did with her hands could make the reaction of the horse 10 times worse or 10 times better. So always just be aware of that.
Sand and gravel. Go on, love.
Okay, so she says it's just this and this. Bella's telling you it ain't just that, lady. She's nervous. So instead of pushing like the antics of Mr. Mo, and his rider, she kept doing that because there was cows over here, cattle, and she keeps pressing or kicking, throwing a fit, and then she ends up backing them into a ditch. Nearly kills herself, nearly kills her horse, and then he gets up and runs home. And she just wanted to say, they're just cattle, stop being a baby, name calling. It's not just that. They're not reading their horse. They see it as a horse problem or a gravel problem. They don't see it as a human problem. Just sit there, let her figure it out.
Just take a moment, because you've seen them all before.
And she's just talking, saying you've seen them all before. She hasn't seen this one. She's not listening to you. She's entirely in her own head, just thinking, is this scary creature, what, or maybe it's not that. Maybe she's looking inside of here. Smart horse. She wants to survive. She says, hey, this looks like a weird path that something could jump up over here and get me. I don't want my back to this. Smart horse. So we don't know really exactly what it is that is spooking
it's more white,
her.
Isn't it? Hey? It's more white than normal and bigger because they put some new stuff down.
Yeah, she's just talking. I don't have a problem talking to your horse, but when we're trying to learn something new, I would just sit there and let them figure it out. Or I might kind of go back a little bit back in this direction and then walk up to it and stop before she wants to stop. And just teach her, hey, we can go back and forth, we can stop. Before then, you can take a look-see, and then we'll see if you want to move forward. Or there's nothing wrong with just getting off your horse, walking them past it, slowly walking up, letting them sniff it, giving them a long rein. There's a number of things you could do.
We'll just sit here a moment or two. She'll get
I do appreciate that she is sitting there. She's not just kicking the horse to move on. She's not whipping it. She's not doing anything like that one girl did with her horse.
Be all right in a minute. Just made a breathe.
But she's look at her nostrils definitely flaring. So that wasn't really a minute. I mean, I would have let her sit there. I would let her go on her own. I'm not going to sit there and then start pushing her when I'm ready. I want the horse to let me know when they're ready. She's also still very young. So you want to help socialize her and let her feel comfortable.
Walk on, Bella. Walk on now. Walk on.
And the more you say it and the more you squeeze and say, walk on, she doesn't walk on, you're ruining that cue for her.
Bella.
She's backing up because she's frustrated.
Walk on, Bella. Go on
I
now.
imagine now she's been squeezing, and so horses will try to back up or try different things to remove that pressure, to relieve that pressure.
Come on. Go on now.
So squeezing more, pulling more on her face,
Come on.
kind of seesawing
Come on,
the bit
Bella.
a little bit. Snort because she's frustrated. So now, Bella's refusing, and when she stops, I mean, I don't have a problem with listening to your horse. I'm not one of those big people that, they refuse, and then you stopped, pushing them. So they learn that if they refuse or they stall, that's okay. With me, that's okay. Because I'm not going to push them. I would start walking back and coming back. Walking back in the opposite direction, come back to this point and stop. Turn around, go back. I would just do that a little bit and then see how far we can get past it. Move a little bit past it. Or I would get off, just walk them past a couple of times, back and forth, back and forth. I might go interact with the area. This is a training area. I wouldn't be focused on, let's just finish our trail ride. I would say, okay, this is a real life thing. This is what I want to help my horse develop more confidence. This is a perfect real life situation.
Walk on. No, eat that.
If she's comfortable enough to eat, or she wants to eat, that can help her find comfort. Why not let her get a little bite to eat? I would have no problem sitting here. I mean, that's just me. Sitting here or getting off, letting her eat, letting her investigate. I don't know. There's a number of different things you could do.
Walk on, Bella. Go on. Come on.
So after enough time, there's a cut there.
Walk on. And walk.
So she's running because she really doesn't like that area, or she doesn't like this. I don't know if it is the sand. Maybe it is. But it seemed like she was just looking all over that area.
Good girl. Good girl.
So she's doing better. She did better with that one. I don't know how much Tara is squeezing or kicking. Oh.
It's alright, it's just a duck. It was just a duck in that water.
So the duck flew off. Of course, that would scare her. We also have, if this is water, it looks like it's reflective. If it wasn't for the duck, then the water could also have spooked her. Just keep an eye, keep in mind things that could spook a horse, which is anything. Or as the saying goes, there's two things that scare a horse: things that move and things that don't move. So, but in this case, it was.
Yes, Bit
a little
spookus
duck.
today. Come on.
So that's something to be aware of. But her head seems pretty low.
Walk on.
Maybe because she's walking. Again, she just doesn't give the horse time. Everybody's always so busy about walk on, walk on, walk on. Forcing the horse to move faster, faster, faster through something they're scared of. I would let them take their time. Let her investigate. You know, I mean, to her, this could be the edge of a cliff. Because the water's reflective. She may not know that you can walk through this. Just based on her vision.
And trot. Trot on.
I don't think she
Trot
should
on.
be trotting.
Trot on. Trot on.
So again, just repeat, kick, or squeeze, I'm assuming. She's not ready to go trotting and all that anyway. I think, for her size, I think Tara is just too large of a rider, just in general. I can absolutely admit I would be too large for a lot of horses, especially Bella. She's, also just very young, and so a lot of this trotting and just pounding on her back. And also, she's young and inexperienced, and a lot of times when horses are jogging, like that, you may not be able to get them to stop because then movement can get them more amped up and more nervous. So going slow, especially if she does spook, she can turn around real quick. She can get even more spooked. Tara could fall off. Tara could cause something else to happen by pulling on the reins. I don't think that's a good idea to go trotting.
Go on, Bella.
So maybe, okay, so that's,
Go on.
It doesn't matter if she's been past two. They were on the right side. This one's on the left side. You need to think like a horse and think like you're a horse and just think and just be patient with them. Stop being so impatient thinking about just point A to point B. It's the journey. It's a journey. It's a process, not an event. Don't just worry about getting from point A to point B. Okay, you focus on the journey in between.
Try and keep her eye right a bit. Good girl, you've done it.
No, I would rather not keep her eye away from it. I want her to get used to it. I would be happy to see multiples, or I would walk back and forth so we can't see multiples. This would be perfect because then if you walk one way past it, it's on the left side. You can turn around and it'll be on the right side. Back and forth and let her go sniff it until she says, hey, this is nothing. I would rather focus on that and be a quarter of a mile from home on a trail that's 3 miles long. And that's as far as we get. But she's used to the sand or whatever it may be, or the gravel, she's used to that, than going on the full, I'd rather her get used to the gravel than going on a full 3 mile trail ride. I would feel much better about that, hey, we accomplished this today.
Trot on.
Guess we got what looks like some sheep. And while you're walking in these kind of areas, you can have, the lots of different changes in shade and light and, different areas where it can be, it's a little cemetery, where, you can have, with the bushes there, things can pop out. So just be aware of those things. Think like a prey animal. Tight little fence area, so make sure that when you're going through slow. You're not going to get snagged up on anything, but a good way to, a good little area to train with your horse. So we fast forward a little bit, and they're going through here. Another canopy, another something to be aware of.
So well yesterday in the indoor school, really good. So we're just having a walk out today.
So lots of
Just
shadows.
in case she's got any stiffness with doing the leg yield in the canter.
So she's getting stiff from doing a leg yield in the canter. Probably because you're turning her in circles too much. I don't know. I think she overworks this horse, but for the age and the size, and again, everything, like it's nothing personal. I can say I know I'm too heavy for a lot of horses. That's why I prefer to ride drafts, because I know I'm a very light, easy load. I love drafts anyway. I love a big old thick neck. I love the furry little feet. I love a big old, they're not necessarily like chunky, but I love the thick boys. Love a good draft. But I would also just love to play with I almost call her Feather. She Bella, because she reminds me a lot of the horse that I do go play with. But anyway, that's, they're just going to be riding on home. But for the most part, Bella seemed a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more calm. There's not a whole lot of bucking or going crazy, it looks like. But there's, some things to keep an eye out for. Bella is spooky today. Why is that? She's a horse. She's not, she doesn't have a number of years of experience. She hasn't been through it all. So, she's it's not just that she's being spooky today. It could be, a reflection of you as a rider. So, thanks for the suggestion. That was that. If you liked the video, then you can subscribe to me, or if you like Tara, you can go subscribe to her. These are just my thoughts. In the meantime, go say hi to your little critters, no matter how big or small they are. Look at those cute little ears. Go say how do you do for me. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.